Howdy, folks, and welcome to YouTube Roulette, a sound appraiser exclusive. It's the show where we pick a YouTube-generated music genre playlist, ask Alexa for a random number, then use that to find tracks that'll expand our horizons. My name's Cary Nightingale, and with me as always is our croupier, Kevin Nebrich. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets and let's spin that wheel. Kev, I'd love for you to tell us about the Delta Blues song that you landed on.
So I listened to the song Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, originally written by Jimmy Cox in 1923. This song tells a story from the perspective of a Prohibition-era millionaire who's lost everything, recounting the loss of his fair-weather friends as a result. The song serves as a cautionary tale about the capricious nature of fame, fortune, and favor, and was originally composed in the classic female blues style, also known as vaudeville blues, that was popular at the time. This song has been reinterpreted many times, and the recording I listened to was performed by Big Joe Williams in 1929. Big Joe really skimps on the lyrics in this recording, aiming not to tell a story everyone is likely already familiar with at this point when he's recording it, but rather to capture the feeling of the narrator with his 9-string guitar. I was mad at first when I learned that Big Joe was giving us an abridged version of the lyrics, but the sounds coming out of his guitar make up for any indiscretion. This recording could be better, but I gave Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, performed here by Big Joe Williams, a tune score of 7 out of 10. Cary, lend Big Joe your ears and let us know what you think.
I'd be happy to. Give me just a moment and I'll be right back. And I'm back. Kev, thanks so much for the opportunity to listen to this one. Are you sure it was recorded in 1929? Because it sounds a lot cleaner than the one that I listened to, which said that it was recorded in 1929, but sounds like it was 1829. I landed on A Spoonful Blues by Charley Patton. A Spoonful Blues is, at least lyrically, a song of negative space, not least because the narrator tells us he'd gladly slap people or even kill a man just to get his fix, but because the hook, the title, Spoonful, is never uttered by the narrator, only played within the melody of the guitar. But there are still plenty of utterances by the narrator, delivered both as calm spoken word and heartfelt singing, usually with each one right next to the other in a single line. Most likely the spoonful in question from the title and the slide guitar hook is cocaine. So it should come as no surprise that old Charley Patton increases the tempo considerably throughout the song. It started out at a nice little 86 beats per minute in the beginning and then ramps up to a frantic 124 beats per minute just before the end. Now, normally that wide of a variation in tempo from a solo player would be a sign of amateurism. But let's just blame the spoonful and say it's brilliant. What's not brilliant is how well the recording quality holds up 90 years later. It's a mono mix, as would have been just about everything circa the Great Depression. But recording technology then just hadn't come far enough to crisply capture the full range of frequencies. You can hear Charley's voice break up when he sings, and that distortion is from volume peaking. There's also a ton of static and hiss that prevents clarity of the notes being sung or played. Ultimately, I suspect that if I saw Charley Patton play this little ditty in some roadhouse during the Roaring '20s, I'd love it. Illicit concept, ambiguous content, unique delivery, memorable melody. But the quality of the recording makes it pretty much unlistenable. for someone who's accustomed to modern conveniences. If you're okay with walking uphill both ways to hear a drug anthem, this is the track for you. But I'm living here in 2021 and I expect my drugs and drug anthems to be delivered right to my doorstep. I rated A Spoonful Blues at 6.6 out of 10 on the Tune Score scale, but Kev, I'd love for you to give this one a spin.
Sounds great. Let's do it. Okay, I'm back.
So, Kev, what'd you think?
Yeah, that was great. I think you're right. I think there's a definite difference between the two recordings. One is just objectively a little bit better.
Yeah, I think Charley would have had better luck if he just used his iPhone to record rather than going into the studio like this. But as always, we invite and encourage you, our dear audience, to give a listen to the tracks we reviewed today. They're on our Tune Scored Tracks playlist on our YouTube channel. While you're there, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment, letting us know what you thought of our scores and critiques. Did you agree? Did we miss anything? That's also a great place to recommend one of your favorite genres for a future episode of YouTube Roulette. We've had a lot of fun today, and we hope you did too. That's been Kevin Nebrich. I've been Cary Nightingale. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay sound. Can you hear my digestive tract like making weird noises?
I could earlier, but maybe I'm tuning it out now.
Well, I'm sure my microphone is tuning it in. That'll be another reason why we have to re-record.